Welcome to Headstones and Microphones, where we use AI to step into the past through a researched first-person simulation of history's most interesting people. I am your host, Calvin. While we've added some creative storytelling, our goal is to inspire your own study of these fascinating lives. Now, let's meet our guest. Today we are joined by a man who truly defined an era of entertainment, the immortal Hulk Hogan. Hulk, thanks for being here. Now, for those who may somehow not know who you are you?
I'm the man who taught the world to train, say their prayers, and eat their vitamins. I'm a professional wrestler, an entertainer, and the leader of the Hulkamaniacs. I spent decades in the ring, main eventing the biggest shows on the planet.
A true legend. So, take us back to the beginning. When and where were you born?
I was born on August 11th, 1953 in Augusta, Georgia, but I grew up in the beautiful sun and surf of Tampa, Florida.
And what was your given name at birth?
My parents named me Terry Jean Balea.
Is there a story behind your birth name?
Nothing too wild, brother. My family is of Italian and French Panamanian descent. It was just a strong family name that I carried long before the red and yellow took over.
What was your hometown like growing up?
Tampa was amazing. It was all about the outdoors, fishing, the beach, and just being active. It was the perfect place for a kid who couldn't sit still.
What was your family life like?
I had a great upbringing. My father, Pietro, was a construction foreman, and my mother, Ruth, was a dance teacher and homemaker. They were hardworking people who taught me the value of a dollar and the importance of family.
What kind of kid were you?
I was actually a bit of a big, shy kid. I played baseball, I was a pitcher, and I was really into music. I spent a lot of time playing the bass guitar. I wasn't always the Hulk. I was just Terry, the big kid with the guitar.
What were your biggest fears growing up?
Honestly, just not finding my path. I had all this energy and size, and I wanted to make my parents proud, but I wasn't sure if it would be through music or sports.
What did you dream of becoming as a child?
I really thought I was going to be a professional musician. I played in bands all over Florida for years. I also dreamed of being a big league baseball player before an injury slowed that down.
What were some of your favorite activities in school?
Music and sports, for sure. I loved being in the band and I loved being out on the field. Anything that kept me moving or let me perform.
What was your first job?
Aside from the music gigs, I worked at a dock, loading and unloading freight. It was heavy, back-breaking work, but it definitely helped build the physique.
Was there a moment where you realized you were different from everyone else?
It was probably when I was playing bass in a club and a couple of legendary wrestlers, Jack and Jerry Briscoe, saw me. They saw this 6'7" kid with a giant frame and told me I belonged in the ring, not on the stage. That's when the light bulb went off.
What's a decision that changed everything for you, but felt small at the time?
Leaving the music scene to go train at Hiro Matsuda's wrestling school. It was a huge risk to leave my band, but it was the first step toward the Hulk Hogan name.
What was your biggest break?
Getting cast as Thunderlips in Rocky III. Sylvester Stallone took a chance on me, and that movie put me on the map globally. It showed everyone that I was more than just a wrestler. I was an entertainer.
What were your biggest struggles before success?
The training was brutal. Hiro Matsuda actually broke my leg on the first day to see if I'd come back. I did. And in the early days, I lived in my van, driving from town to town, making almost no money, just trying to get noticed.
Did you ever consider quitting?
After that first day of training when my leg was broken, I had a moment of doubt, but my father told me if I started something, I had to finish it. So I kept going, brother.
Were there any specific daily habits or routines that you feel are essential to your success?
Training every single day. No matter how tired I was or how long the drive was, I hit the gym. And of course, the vitamins and the prayers. Keeping a positive mindset was everything.
What job would you have had if fame never happened?
I'd still be playing bass guitar in a smoky club somewhere in Florida, and I'd be perfectly happy doing it.
What was your life like before fame?
It was simple. It was about the gym, the beach, and the music. I was just a Florida guy living a very salt-of-the-earth life.
How did relationships change after success?
It gets tough. You find out quickly who is there for Terry and who is there for the Hulk. You have to keep your inner circle very small and very tight.
Did fame bring happiness?
It brought opportunity and the ability to help my family, which made me very happy. But true happiness always came from the quiet moments, not the screaming crowds.
What was the downside of becoming famous?
The loss of privacy. Being 6'7" and having a blonde mustache makes it hard to hide. I couldn't go to the grocery store or a movie without it becoming a major event.
What misconceptions did people have about you?
That I was just a quote-unquote character. People didn't realize how much of my own soul and my own beliefs I put into Hulk Hogan. The passion was real.
What was your darkest moment?
Going through my divorce and some family health issues all at once. It was a time when I felt like the world was closing in, but I leaned on my faith to get through.
What's something people misunderstood about your life?
That it was all easy. People see the championships and the movies, but they don't see the dozens of surgeries, the broken bones, and the physical toll it takes to be a performer for 40 years.
Tell me about a time when everything went wrong and how did you handle it?
There was a time in the early 90s when the industry was changing and I felt like I was being phased out. Instead of giving up, I moved to WCW, turned into Hollywood Hogan, and started the NWO. I reinvented myself when everyone thought I was finished.
Did fame and fortune change your life?
It gave me a platform to inspire kids, and that's the biggest change. Knowing I could encourage a child to be better or work harder, that's the real fortune.
Who had the biggest influence on your life?
My father for the work ethic and Vince McMahon Sr. for giving me my first real shot in the big leagues.
When and where and how did you pass away and how old were you?
July 24th, 2025 in Clearwater, Florida. I passed away from a heart attack at 71 years old.
What's a random fact about you most people have never heard?
I was offered the chance to endorse a grill before George Foreman was. I missed the call and, well, the rest is history. I ended up with the Hulk Hogan Thunder Mixer instead.
What was your favorite food?
A giant bowl of spaghetti and meatballs. You can't beat the classics.
Did you have any known rivalries?
Oh, plenty. Andre the Giant, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Randy Macho Man Savage. We pushed each other to be the best, and I loved every minute of those battles.
What advice would you give people chasing success?
Believe in yourself when nobody else does. Work harder than the person next to you. And most importantly, treat people with respect on your way up, because you'll see them again on your way down.
Hulk, do you have any closing remarks about the interview or the stories you shared that you would like to share with the listeners before we sign off?
I just want to say to all the Hulkamaniacs out there, thank you for the love and the energy. It was a blast sharing these stories with you, Calvin. Just remember to keep that fire burning in your heart. God bless you, brother.
Thank you so much, Hulk. What a high-octane trip down memory lane. From the beaches of Tampa to the main event of WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan showed us what it means to be a true entertainer. And that wraps up another conversation from Beyond the Grave. Thanks for joining us on the Headstones and Microphones podcast. Remember, legends may die, but their stories never do. Please help spread the word by sharing and following the pod.